Hey guys,
What's going on?
How's it going?
Yeah, what's going on,
I don't
man?
know. Just random. Okay, so I'm Grace. You should know me by now. If you don't, come give me a high five at some point. Not like when it's distracting, when a time that it's not going to be distracting.
You know, beginning, end of service, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. All right, so I want to introduce you to one of my friends, Miss Lindsay Trombley.
Hi, guys. What's going on?
She's going to be helping me with today's lesson, you guys. So give her a big welcome. Say like, what? You know, what's up?
Man. I can't hear them.
They don't sound.
They don't.
Like,
y'all sound quiet.
Come on, you guys. You can do better. I believe in you. All right, it's okay. So, y'all, we are starting our brand new series about who Jesus is. So our series is called. I'm going to mix up those words a little bit.
Whoa.
Who is Jesus?
Who is he?
Who is he? We're going to find out. So this whole month, we're going to be learning about who Jesus is, why he came here, why he's important, and just different aspects about Jesus that you may or may not already know. All right.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. I'm super pumped.
I am too. So before we jump into it, we gotta go over a memory verse, right? Because y'all, you should know it by now.
Y'all should know this.
You just went over it.
Come on, guys.
So let's all say it on the count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
John 10:10. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly.
Woo!
Man, woo!
They did.
I could hear them all the way from here.
I know. Tell me about it.
Maybe I'm just deaf and
Maybe I'm just hearing things.
Oh well.
Anyways, you guys, super pumped. Okay.
So good, guys.
So we're gonna be learning about 3 things today. So 3, right? Okay.
Yes.
So
3.
number 1 is what, Miss Lindsay?
Who is Jesus?
Number 2 is why is he important? And number 3
is
some of the characteristics of Jesus. It's okay. I took the words from her. It's all right.
She did. I was so pumped, ready for it, and then I totally dropped the ball.
So
but whatever.
It's all right. So we're gonna be learning about, first off, who is Jesus. So Miss Lindsay, who is Jesus?
You know what? Let me tell you who Jesus is. I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all listen up, okay? I'm telling y'all.
Listen up.
Jesus is God's son.
That is true.
God sent Jesus down to this earth, and so he was born of Mary and Joseph in a very miraculous way.
Super cool.
Like, mind-blowing. Like, how is that even possible kind of a way? It's
kind of crazy.
Cool.
You'll learn more about that around Christmas time. Usually,
you think like every Christmas?
Like, is it Jesus' birthday, right?
It feels like Jesus' birthday or something. I don't know if y'all remember or know anything. But yeah, so crazy, right? How that happens.
Yeah.
And then he came to be sent to fulfill a prophecy, which we can dig into a little bit more later on.
Yep.
But he also, guys, this is so hard. He lived a sinless life.
Yeah.
Like,
he never sinned.
Not once, not never.
Yeah. Because
I mean,
it would have been super easy to be like, man, that person's so annoying, and that's kind of...
Or like, I'm really hungry, I'm gonna steal this person's cookie. Like,
yeah, it'd be super easy to sin.
Really easy to do that, but he didn't.
That's right.
And you know what? He performed miracles. Like, he healed the blind people, he raised people from the dead.
Yep.
And you know what? He fed, like, over 5,000 people with, like, this little tiny piece of bread.
Dude.
Like,
that's my favorite. I love food.
You know, I love food too.
You hungry?
I'm actually really hungry.
You want to go get some tacos?
Let's go get some tacos. Just kidding.
We have to fill priorities.
Jesus first, right, y'all?
Jesus first. Okay.
Number 1.
All right.
And okay, so the most important thing I think is Jesus, of course. But I mean, like, he was sent here to die on the cross for us.
Yeah.
Like, having done all these things, he still had to die for us. Yeah. Like, man, that's tough.
It's pretty crazy.
Miss Grace.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yep.
Why is all that information important? Why is Jesus important?
So, number 2, why is Jesus important? All right, so, y'all, last month we were talking about sin and basically how sin came into the world through Adam and Eve and how sin separates us from God, right? So we learned all about that. And so for those of you who didn't come last month, that's what we learned about last month. There you go. Know. Little tidbit. Anyways, so why is he important is that Jesus was the one who came to bridge the gap between us and God, because sin is what's in that gap, right? Okay, so not yet. Okay, I'm getting it. So in John 14:6, I'm gonna read it to y'all. It says, Jesus answered, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Okay, so again, sin separates us from God. So we have, I'll make this where y'all can see it. Okay, so we're on one side and God's on the other side. Okay, in the middle is sin. Nothing we do can be good enough to bridge that gap, right? So Jesus came to bridge the gap. That way we may have life, okay? So that's why Jesus is so important, y'all. It's like, it's insane to think about why he came here, why he died on the cross, all for us. Okay, and that actually takes us kind of to our third point, some characteristics of Jesus.
Yeah.
So, Miss Lindsay, take us away on that.
Okay, so let me just start by naming off a ton of them.
Yeah.
So Jesus was virtuous. He was humble. He was loving. He was always prayerful. And you know what? He was giving and forgiving.
He was patient. He was obedient. One of the things, the reason why we're telling you about who Jesus was is because Jesus was leading by example.
Yeah.
In Peter 2:21 it says, "For to this you have been called, because Christ also suffered for you, leaving you an example." Okay, so we're talking about Jesus leading by an example, so that you may follow in his footsteps.
So Jesus sent here to earth, lived a perfect and blameless life so that we would know how to do it.
That's right.
So if we, if we be loving, if we're prayerful, if we're virtuous, if we're humble, and if we're obedient, and all these other characteristics
There you go.
of God,
we can live like Jesus lived.
and we can live how he's called us to live.
That's right. So the thing is, important side note, we can't be perfect, okay?
Can't be.
But we can try to live as much as we can like Jesus, because we want to be like Jesus, okay? Because he set that example for us, right?
Yeah.
So we can't be perfect, but he set the example of how to live, and we want to follow that. So he led by example.
And I mean, remember our verse, John 10:10. It says, "He came that we may have life and live abundantly, or
That's
have
right.
it abundantly."
So you guys, that's pretty much all we have for today. We learned about, again, who is Jesus? Who is he?
Well, he's the Son of God.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, why is he important?
He came to bridge the gap so that we can have a close and personal relationship with God.
Yep. And lastly, why do we learn about his characteristics with Lindsay?
So that we can have that example, and so that we can be like Christ. So
That's
that
right.
we can be that to other people.
That is right. All right, you guys. So that's about it. We're going to wrap it up.
Definitely want to hear you guys talking about this in groups.
Yeah, come on now. We got a lot of good discussion questions for y'all.
Yeah, we do.
So,
Be
hey,
prepared. Love y'all.
we'll see y'all next time, okay?
Bye, guys.
Bye.